Hello, guys. I hope you're doing good. Welcome to another episode of the Way Forward podcast. I'm excited today to introduce to you my guest. Today is Monsieur Koffi Aouga Jr. He's a senior marketing director at the World Financial Group, and he's here to talk to us today about anything related to financial literacy. And we're also gonna take a deep dive into his personal life. He's coming into America, and talk a little bit about how he got into the World Financial Group. So, guys, help me welcome Mr. Koffi. How are you?
Thank you very much, Romaric. I am very privileged here. Thank you for having me. I'm expecting a very, very great conversation today.
Yes, myself as well. I mean, this is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this because I think it's one of those things, like you always say, that us Africans don't like to talk about. It's like the elephant in the room we don't like to address, but it's there. It's still, you still got to talk about it. Otherwise, it's not disappearing.
Oh, yes. Let's break it down.
All right. Sounds good. So, again, in this show, what I like to do is just give my guests the opportunity to kind of give their background, specifically, let's say a 30-second introduction, right? Who is Mr. Koffi?
Thank you very much for the question. I am Koffi Jr. Aouga. It is good that you put the junior there because if you go into the Togolese community, I'm originally from Togo, by the way, and you say you're looking for Koffi, of course, they're going to look at you like,
which one?
Which one, right? So, yes, I am Koffi because my father is also Koffi.
Okay.
That's why I'm junior. Right.
Oh, I see.
Since babies, they calling me junior. So it stays. So Koffi Junior Aouga. I'm married. I have 3 daughters.
Okay.
So I always say that in my own house, I am minority. Whatever the ladies say, go. So in a quick 30-second, that's me.
It's funny. It's the opposite here. Fatim is minority here. She's overrun by testosterone here. I mean, there's 3 boys. She's like, oh, God. Sometimes I'm playing with the kids, and she's like, this is too much. I need a girl, So now you have the flip side. Okay.
Yes.
So then, where does the journey to coming to America comes in? Then, when do you decide to migrate? Why do you even decide to migrate? I know coming from Togo, you have options. You can go to Paris. They speak French there.
Yes.
It'll be easier for you.
Yes.
So you could have gone to England. Why America?
I will be honest. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I'm coming here because I want to study and all that." At that time, we're going back to what 1997.
Okay.
So it is whatever the opportunity is.
Okay.
Right. I will only yesterday I was listening to a podcast and when they play President Reagan last speech when he was leaving the White House.
Wow.
And he was saying that American is the greatest hope on earth.
Yep.
For people to be there. Well, the opportunity came. I could have been in France if I have that opportunity.
If there was the opportunity.
Anywhere.
Okay.
I could have been, but America was the one because my older brother was already here.
Okay.
And the only opportunity for me is to go through the student visa.
Okay.
That's what we did. And
So when you say student visa, am I hearing F1 student?
of course.
Whoa!
Of
What?
course. Yes, of course.
Interesting.
Yes, so 1997 came in with F1 visa. Back then, you have someone who can sponsor you. You have I-20 has been easy for the state. New Jersey,
Yeah.
that's where my brother was. So he came with F1. I came in with F1. And after you
Interesting.
come, you find your way.
So paint us a picture for some of us who weren't here prior to 9/11. What was it like being an F1 student, right? Or even the whole shebang around being an F1 student prior to 9/11? Because I know a lot of things got tighter. Immigration got weird in America,
Yes.
right? So was it? What do you think? I mean,
back then, with F1 visa, when you come in, of course, we pay out of our pocket.
yeah, you pay exactly.
Yeah, we pay out of our pocket. You find a way, at the school, they may give you opportunity to work in the library. And then out there, quote unquote, you find a way.
You can find your way.
You do whatever you can do to
Yep.
pay. And because of the environment that I was in, you have to go to school. You don't come in with F1 and then stay home.
Yeah.
Because all your older brothers, everybody was going to school.
Yep.
How are they paying? They're finding a way.
So you're working a second job.
Yes.
You're doing something. Yeah, I remember a lot of international students on campus were doing that. Some, working at a restaurant. They were getting paid cash. Some were actually getting paid in beer.
Oh, wow.
Like this guy actually said, they said I can come. I can work. They'll give me this amount in cash, but then I can have all the beers I want. So he would go and wash the dishes, and then he could literally take as much break as he could and just down the beers. I'm like, how does that even work?
Let me tell you about my first job.
Okay.
It was not an easy one. Today, I'm now in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So here at the gas station is self-service.
Yep.
But at the East Coast, I don't know if they are still doing that, but in New Jersey, back then, it is full service.
Okay.
Meaning that you come in, somebody pumps the gas, for you. Just like we do in Africa.
Yep.
Right? So we work for these Jew guys. We work at a gas station. He can pay you cash if you want to. And I got gun on my head twice at the gas station.
No.
The city was not a good city. You are there by yourself. Nowadays, when I go back home, I see gas station, you have 4 pumps and you have 4 attendees
standing there.
I'm like, really? You guys think you're working?
Yep.
I have 16 pumps for myself.
Yep, by yourself.
I go here and there,
yep.
and before you know, the first one was they came in. Before I know, they pushed me in the car. What is the money? What is the money? What's the money? With a gun on my head, right? And they took everything that I have on me, and then they pulled me out. They left. This manager told me, don't worry, they're not going to do anything to you. They just want the money. And they even say, don't keep too much on you, okay?
Wow.
The second time when it happens, it was by like a 5 p.m. or so. This guy came in and said, okay, do you have change for me? I have $100 on me. And he wants $10 gas. Mm-hmm. And I said, don't worry, I have change.
Oh, now you told him you got the cash.
Yes. I pumped. I went to serve another guy. I came back, and I was getting ready to give him change. And he put hand in his
Instead
pocket.
of putting the 100,
he came out with a gun.
Oh, no.
So the first time the police came, they took me to their station. They showed me a bunch of pictures. Do you recognize them? Do you recognize him? I'm like, I was blindfolded. What do you mean? The gun on my head? Yeah. I'm going to find a way to recognize someone. The second time, the same cop came. When they took me to the station, they asked me, you again? What have you done to these people?
They keep hitting my gas station. I don't know what I did to these people.
And after the second time, I say, no, my life cannot be a movie.
Yeah,
in
that's
this country.
scary.
I have to stop. It was scary. So
wow.
It was a good experience.
Wow. So then, whenever you were working at the gas station, were you still under the F1 visa?
Yes.
So then, was that under the table deal thing, kind of?
It was under the table deal.
So then, how'd you handle when the police came around and you were just like,
they don't ask.
Oh, they don't ask these information.
They just want you. They take you to the station and ask you if you can identify.
Okay.
The person who did that.
Okay.
Okay. And we have our social security card.
Yep.
And back then again, quote unquote, they find a way your social doesn't have any restriction. Mm-hmm. So that's what the manager will take,
nice.
to cover himself.
Okay.
But hey.
Wow. I mean, these are some of the deep stories that some of the oldest go through, guys. I mean, we like to share these stories with you so you know exactly what people have gone through. It's interesting that you mentioned that when I went to Africa a year ago, I was appalled by the waste of time in every single administration. And I'm like, so we went to get our vaccine, and then when we got to the door, there's a lady at the door that greets you. Mm-hmm. Her job is just to greet you and ask you what's the purpose of your visit there. I came to the Institute of Health. What do you think I'm here for? Okay, once you realize what you do, you go to another window. That window, you pay there only. They don't give you receipts even for what you paid.
Oh my God.
You just go pay there. When you're done paying, you have to go to another line to get your receipt. You go after that. You go to another lady. She's sitting in front of the door. Okay, which vaccine are you here for? Go left. Go right. And I'm like, the waste of money and the time.
Yeah.
And here in America, you just they go with you.
You gotta
It's
go.
like they
You gotta
I know.
go.
It's like
Mike, my first day, New Jersey and New York, same place, right? It's like Minneapolis and St. Paul. The first time we went to New York, I was not working yet. We have not started school yet. So we took the train. So we came out of the train with my friend who was already in New York, I think about 6 months or so before me. So we came out of the train. A lot of people came out of the train. It was in the morning. Before you know, everybody was gone. The place became empty.
Wow.
And I asked the guy,
what's going on?
what's going on? And he said, you think those people have your time? They're going to work.
They're going to work.
So,
They gotta go. People
Yeah.
gotta go. Gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Wow. So then, obviously, that was one challenge. Navigating the world of being able to survive
Yes.
and make money. What were some other challenges you discovered as an international student in America itself? Right. I don't want to assume. Did you speak the language, English well? Did you not speak the language, or how was it? I had someone yesterday here that said they were actually calling them names because of how they were responding. Because So how was it for you?
yeah, the first barrier, of course, will be the language. You came here to go to school, and, back home, I was already on the second year of law school, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so actually in college, English was one of my best classes, right? I don't miss no English class. I love it.
It's a highlight of the day.
Yeah, so when I came in here, I'm like, it's going to be easy for me. The good thing is at school, I did not fall into the ESL class, so I was already over that. But again, at home, when you turn on the TV and they talk, I remember this day, the story it's a story that I tell all the time. I'll push my chair close to the TV. So I have my brother girlfriend who was in the country for about a year and a half already. She was there watching me. Every time they talk, I'll push the chair closer to the TV. And at one point she told me, my friend, you can even get inside the TV. You will still not get it.
Still not
It's
understand
a matter
it.
of time. Just take your time.
That's true.
I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's a matter of time.
It sounded like gibberish to me.
Oh, yeah.
When I first came, I'm like, what are these people talking about?
Yes, and then my gas station job, after you stay there for like 6 months outside, you get promoted to be inside.
Nice.
All those gas stations with their store. So you go there, and then they put me at the cashier.
At the cashier.
Behind the window. I'm the one who sell everything. And I have this other African guy from Burkina Faso who's a security guy there.
Okay.
He was there like 3-4 years before me,
Okay.
right? So at night, these young boys will come, especially all those things that they smoke. One particular guy will come and ask for something. So if I don't know what that thing is, I'll call the security guy. He is the one who has been here for 4 years. He will come and ask if he knows. He pointed. But this guy, he comes, it was the name of a cigarette. When he mentioned, I called the security guy from Burkina. He listened, he's like, we don't have it. The guy will go. Another night, the guy showed up. Same thing.
We don't have,
As soon as we don't know what you're talking about, our answer is, we don't have it.
That's it.
Unfortunately for us, one day this guy came in the morning and actually bought the thing. It was behind the window, of course. And then at night he came again. He asked the same thing.
He's like, I
our
know
answer, we don't have it.
No, I know you have it. I was
Isn't that
gonna-
thing over there? You guys don't know anything. You don't speak English. Get out of here.
Oh man, the struggle.
Oh, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So take me there. Has financial literacy always been something you've had in the back of your mind? Like whenever you came, was it always something there, or you just kind of picked it up as you gone through the country?
Good question. Not at all. Did I even know what is financial literacy? No. So like I was telling you, I'm married. So 13 years ago, I had 2 daughters. Back then, my wife was pregnant of the 3rd one. I myself, I went to school here. What did I do first? Since I was in a law school back home before coming here, I did criminal justice. I wanted to follow the same path.
Okay.
Today, I will tell you, it's just a big name, no money. So I did criminal justice, finished my bachelor with double major with security management.
Okay.
Then I was working with the electricity company here in Minnesota, Excel, in the security department. After your bachelor, if you know now what it is, you're getting paid less than 50,000 a year.
Yeah.
Went for a second job because now I'm about to have a third,
Yep.
my third daughter. So when there, now I'm thinking about my two daughters, and the third one was coming, and I was thinking about their college. I'm like, their dad still have school loan.
Yep.
What am I going to do for this daughter to help them out?
Yep.
So I went to the bank, and a friend of mine was working there, and I was actually complaining. You guys don't have anything, any saving that can actually make your money work for you, money grow. And he laughed at me and he said, brother, not at the bank.
You're at the wrong place.
You are at the wrong place.
You're asking the wrong person.
He put it like this: bank is not in the business of growing anybody's money.
Ooh.
But
tell him that again. Tell him that again. Tell him that again. Yep.
Bank is not in the business of growing anybody's money. But they need your money, my money, give people credit card, loan, and all that. That's how they make money. Then he said, but I will send you a lady. I had a plan for my own family, and this plan will show you how you can actually make your money work for you.
Okay.
Mind you, I've been in the country for 12, 13 years already. This guy has been in the country for, I believe, 6, 7 years. And I'm like, really? You have something like that? He said, long story short, she gave me the number, gave the lady a number. The lady was not calling me. I called the lady myself.
Okay.
And the lady said, oh, we are out of town for a convention. When I come back, we talk, and I'll come. The lady came home and explained stuff to me. I was like, whoa. Things like this. And nobody taught us in school.
Yep.
And nobody is saying it in our community.
Yep.
We all struggle. We get school loan and all those things. So I bought into it. So I bought a plan for myself and my family. I didn't have enough money to put as much as I would want.
As much as you want.
So my second question immediately was, how do you make money doing this?
Yep.
And they told me, oh, you want to do this? And I said, why not? So she said, well, you don't need no background, nothing. You come on board. You got to have a license. We spend a meager fee to get in. That's how WFG came into my life. That's how WFG came into your life. Okay. So then I'm like, so I can replace my part-time with this thing, because the way I look at the plan that she shared with me, I'm like, my community need this.
Yep.
Not only my community, a lot of people will need this.
Yep.
So I can take this as a part-time.
Okay.
That's how the financial literacy
and then that's
started.
What it started
right?
for you.
So I went in there. For me, my first thought is, let me make some money.
Yep.
Let me get my license and make some money.
And then I guess make some money in there.
But I got in there, and then I realized that it was way more than just make money. So today I tell people, if I'm telling you that I've been with Full Financial Group for the last 13 years, going 14, been married, have 3 daughters, you will know that there's money there. Otherwise, what am I doing there for 13 years?
Yep. So then when you started, was there, because I heard there's different branches, like different communities have their own branch of World Financial Group. Is that,
we will call it hierarchy?
Okay, I guess hierarchy. Because I talked with someone who was in a different branch, and I was like, "Do you know this guy?" He's like, "Oh no, he must be with another guy." I'm like, was there only one here when you started, or was there always been multiple branches?
It has always been there, but we all work under the broker, which is WFG, World Financial Group.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Now we have, the people who started this. Now, if your team becomes bigger and bigger, of course, you want to do something like system-wise for your team, how they can get things done, and the other person also want to do something else. That's how we call, you'll hear the expression, maybe green team and blue team.
Got it.
But we all under
you
WFG.
guys all fall on that. Wow.
Yes.
And so then World Financial Group, you get in there, you get a subscription for your family.
Yeah.
You also get you said, okay, let me get in there, try to get make some money. What were some of the first struggle that you encountered, just trying to make, I mean, we can look at it from this two perspective. I'm trying to make money in this, or I'm actually trying to help people, and then when you actually make the realization that you're actually trying to make, help people out, so like, what are some challenges that you encountered in both mentality or mindset, if that makes sense?
Yeah. I would say you have to be mentally strong,
Right.
to come in things like this, right? Luckily, they don't ask you for big money to start. But when
Okay.
you come in, this day when you meet our people come in for their testimonial, they will say, I got in WFG because I love to help people. I want to come to be financially educated. I say, give me a break. I came in to make money.
I'm getting to make some money.
Right? I came in to make just some money. Then I realized that it is more than that, like I was saying before. So my first challenge was what? My community.
Okay.
When you say that, oh, I got this is something we need. Why my people are not getting it, right? If I give you, what do we promote? What do we sell out there?
Yep.
We talk about financial literacy. The reason why I love the education is I'm not coming to dump a plant or a product on you.
Yep.
But when I come to educate you, right? In our community, people will say, oh, Koffi does the insurance thing. Koffi does the insurance thing. I'm proud and happy that I do provide insurance also. But beside that, we do a lot. We talk about insurance, we talk about retirement, right? We talk about college education. The number one reason what I got in for my daughters, right? So when it comes to the event protection, the insurance side, when it is life insurance, right? I remember that when the lady was sharing this with me, she showed me something that showed 4 things: the protection, debt management, how you call it, saving money on the side, emergency fund, and then investment. And then she asked me, out of those 4, which one is your number one priority? And I jump on investment. I say investment. And then she asked me, oh, that's good. So you have $1 million we can invest for you? I said, no, I don't have no $1 million. That's why I want my money to grow.
Yeah, to grow.
So I was educated.
Yep.
Right? And she said, you don't have $1 million to invest right now, but you are a father. Do you know that in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, if you want to, you can have $1 million protection? So proper protection is like a building a house. Nobody build a house and start with the roof. It's not going to stay on anything. You have to start from the ground up. So when I understood this, I guess I have a backstory that helped me. You know, my mother passed away very, very young age, 49 years old, my friend.
Wow.
Right? I got chill.
So
I have a backstory. So for me, I say, I cannot have kids and this thing will happen to me, right? So I fell in love when it comes to life insurance. And my people these days, they think that, oh, the older one will say, I saw I'm going to put money there, I die, somebody take the money.
Oh,
you know, back then I would say, if I have a right to slap people, I will be number one slapper in my community. I say, really? Our parents did not leave us anything. And then you have kids here, and you think that everywhere you go, you put your family picture and all that, and you are saying that you're going to put money somewhere people will come and take? That's not what it is. You are protecting your income. It is because of your income that your family is now living, right? So you're protecting the income. Now, the one who understand a little bit, they will tell you that, oh, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 is okay. So when I kick the bucket, it will be enough to bury me or to send me back home.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. You gone.
The point is to set them up.
Yes.
So that they don't have to deal with this.
Exactly. So that's the struggle. So how do you educate your community so that they can understand?
Right. Okay. So then I want to do this here. Let's take a quick break. I'll reset things and I have a question for you. Okay? Hold on. So we're back. So then my question to you is then, let's do this. Let's take one step back.
Okay.
Why don't we dumb it down? For people that don't understand what financial literacy is, how could you break it down as easy as possible for your average person there who doesn't understand what financial literacy is, right? I guess we should have started with that, but it's okay. We can break it down and then we can build up on that, right? What is it? Dumb it down for them or for us.
Okay. When I'm trying to break this down for people is I start with money.
Okay.
Money is a tool that we can actually use to do a lot of things. Actually, money is the thing that get us up and get going. Right? So we come in this country, we work, and we put our money somewhere that the money is not working for us. Remember my story when the guy told me bank is not in the business of growing anybody's money. That hit me like a brick. So I'm like, so if I sit down with you and I say, I can tell you couple financial point and you'll be surprised. Things like, I say, you put in money at the bank, right? Even your kid money, you put it at the bank. How much do you get as interest? That's where the education starts from, right? And some people don't know, but some people will tell you, oh, that's 0.000 something. And I say, what if you can get your money somewhere that you can actually make 6%, 7%, 8%? And they say, where? So this rule, I want people to note this and think about it. It's called the rule of 72 by Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein said if you take 72 and you divide that by the rate of return that you are getting, it will give you how long it will take your money to double. Let me repeat. You take 72, divide that by the interest the bank or whatever you are saving your money give you. It will tell you how long it will take your money to double. Now, you and I already know that bank does not, in America here, there is no bank that even come close to 1%. But now, let's assume that your bank give you 1% a year. 72 divided by 1 is 72. Let me give you a number. Let's say you put $500 in that bank. That gives you 1% a year. For that 500 to become 1,000, it will take you 72 years. My friend, how many 72 years do you have? But that's where we have been putting our money, right? And when we put our money there for our kid, it happens to me. What happens when we have a little financial problem? We go to the kid account and take the money. My wife will say, why are you taking the kid money? My first answer is, right? I will say, first of all, that's my money. Second of all, I will put it back. But do we put it back?
No.
We don't. So I will break it down to this person that you are putting. Now, don't get me wrong. You need money at the bank for liquidity, to pay for your mortgage, your rent, all those things. But you have to think about tomorrow. We came in this country without knowing what it is. We say, oh, this country is so hard. 5 years later, I will go back home. Before you know, you're already 10 years in the country. You close your eyes, you open 15 years. Romantic, I have told people when they ask me, I've been here for 10 years so much that I don't even know how long I'm here. I've been here for 27 years.
It goes fast.
Right? It goes fast. So when I share that with you, that, oh, you would think that, okay, now I need to learn. What else is out there that I don't know? Right? So saving for the money to grow for you is very, very important. Some people talk about stock. Let me give you a scenario for stock that will blow your mind, right? Stock can actually make you rich in this country. But what is stock? Stock is you are just an owner of a company, right? So let me paint people this picture. Let's say you love iPhone. You love Apple product. This iPhone new came and you went, you line up in the mall.
For 5 hours.
For 5 hours to get the iPhone, right? While you are online, on the line, you surf on Facebook for 4 or 5 hours, right? So you finally get your iPhone. Now you are hungry. But there is this sandwich at Costco that you love. So you stop by Costco to get the sandwich, right? But when you came out, you're getting home and your wife called you and say, you know what? Oh, I was cooking. I thought I have a lot of onion, but I don't have it. Will you mind stopping at Walmart to get me some? You stop at Walmart and get some. Now, that's 4 companies. Apple, Facebook, Costco, and Walmart. There, you are just a consumer. There's nothing wrong with being a consumer because you need that, right? But my question to you is, why are you only a consumer? Why you don't own anything in those 4 companies? People say, can I really own? I say, why not? We use Cash App, right? You know when you go on your Cash App, the stock sign that you see there, you can just hit that stock sign because you buy a lot from Costco. You click Costco. Costco showed up. If you have $25, you have $50, buy a share of Costco. You become an owner of Costco. Now, you can even go there and buy more. So
and be proud of it because you're actually spending money where you like it.
Exactly. And you make some money too. So little bit of a lot of things that we don't know when it comes. That's why I love our education.
Nice.
We come, we teach you, right? And I know that at the end of this, you will see link, we posting and stuff like that. So you know, oh, where do I find this guy? Because we will not finish today when I talk about my passion about financial education. I didn't go to school for finance, but I became so passionate about what we teach people.
Nice.
How come we came and we say this is one of the wealthiest country in the world, and it is true, but we always have money problem.
Yep. Wow. So that is a very, very, very good question that people, everyone out there needs to answer themselves internally. I wanna look back on what you said, regarding, kicking the bucket, people, not wanting to contribute as much as they wanted into, a life insurance fund or thing like that. So do you think that it is something we can easily attach to a culture with us? Because when I think about it, I'm like, back in the days, your parents would send you to school and you were supposed to be the insurance policy for them. Right? They're sending you to school so you can come back and be the doctor and then save the family. Do you think it plays a little bit of a, against us, specifically our parents, in their minds when trying to decide to make such decisions that would unfortunately or fortunately not necessarily involve them, because now you're telling them, hey, pay money out of your pocket here every month, but you're not going to be the beneficiary of this. This is going to be your kids.
Yes. It could be a culture thing too, but you don't know what you don't know, right? And I always believe that if you don't have something, it is because there's something out there you don't know.
Yep.
Now we have to educate the community that we are not back home anymore. Back home, who cares about this thing we call life insurance today, right? But we came in this country and we know that we don't have our family here.
Yep.
You come and start a family here.
Yep.
But you see what is available for you there, right? That's why at one point, honestly speaking, in my community, when somebody passed away, and then I know a little bit about the person, and I know that this person has been here for at least 5 years, I'm like, really? This is what we need to educate people. You go around and ask money, GoFundMe, so we can, they want that guy, they say they're going to send the body home. For what? Has he saved money for that? He has not. He has family. Instead of now thinking about the kid, we are thinking about just this person, right? Now, if we put money together and we bury you or we send your body home, now what happened to your family?
Yep.
So when you see your family, you know that we have to change our next generation, right? Our parents did not do that, but we have to change that mentality.
Yep.
You come here, you learn things. Big name like the Rockefellers.
Yep.
There is a book out there called What the Rockefellers Will Do.
Okay.
Just like for us Christian, when we face a problem, we say, what would Jesus do
what would Jesus
in this
do?
case, right?
Yep.
So the Rockefellers, even though those people have money, but one of the things that continue in their generation is to buy protection, right?
Nice.
So if I have $1 million coverage and my family bought into the same thing, when I kick the bucket, and I will anyway,
exactly.
That's why
it's like it's inevitable.
Gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot gamble
it's gonna happen.
with life.
It's gonna
right?
happen.
Two things American people say, right? You're gonna pay tax and you're gonna die.
That's for sure.
Right? So if it is so sure, right? It's been said that over 150 people pass every minute in the whole world.
In the whole world. Yep.
It is only when we don't know the person that it doesn't say anything to us.
Yep.
But when it happened close to house,
It hits home.
It hit home.
Yep.
But we have been talking here for over 30 minutes already.
Yep.
Multiply that.
Yeah, we lost a bunch of people already. We lost a bunch of people already.
But the good news is people are born also,
Yep,
right?
that's true.
So when you realize that, you say, you are paying for car insurance.
Yep.
Some people become so, I'm sorry, stingy that I heard that some people even will do car insurance. They will stop it and keep the paper in their car just in case they get stopped. They can show that.
You know, that is scary.
That's scary.
That is scary. I met someone once and they told me we were actually doing a project for church, and then we were loading equipment in the back of his truck, and then he tells me, okay, when we're done, you guys, let's take back roads and let's drive slow because I don't have insurance in this car. And I'm like, yo, I've been to a car accident in this country.
Yeah.
That is scary to do.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like the level of, I don't know if it's trust in God or trust in yourself or whatever it is, but that's got to be to another level to you.
Yes. And when you work, there are certain things that you can do.
Yeah.
So our financial education also, debt management, I will show you. Look at your income and then your expenses. You know that you can actually cut a lot of things down, right? Yeah. So you can save money, get your insurance, right? Get your protection. But in this country, again, back in 97, my very first credit card was given to me on the campus. By this
always
great,
on campus.
Oh yeah, this great company called Capital One.
Oh, these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was Wells Fargo.
They came on the campus, right? They were just giving free stuff.
Yep.
Like shampoo, lotion. That's what I wanted.
Yep.
But when you go there, you have to fill a paper. On the paper, somewhere, he asks you how much do you make a month. If my friend say, put 1,800 there. They're not going to check it. I didn't care. I put 1,800 there. I got my free stuff. I left. 2 weeks later,
Mel,
great news in the mail. A credit card.
Look at that.
Look at that. 1997. How much was on the credit card? $300. I tell the story today and I ask people, how long do you think it took me to finish that card? People will joke. Some people say 2 weeks, a month.
But I mean, today, if you put it in perspective, today it doesn't sound like a lot. But in 1997, $300, that was a lot.
I did not know what is credit card.
Yeah.
And they gave me that money. It took me 2 weekends.
Woo.
And I remember the last time I made the lady swap that card for me, and the lady said, sir, your card declined. I say, decline? What is that?
There's supposed to be money on it.
It's supposed to be money on it. So that's the first story. Then a month later, what do you get in the mail? Your very first bill.
Yep.
So almost shaking, $300. Where am I going to find that money to pay now? I open the bill. They're asking me to pay $10. That was the first time I said, God bless America. I owe you $300. You want me to pay only $10?
Oh, man.
But the financial education missing there is, if I was paying the $10 every month, how long is it going to take me to finish the $300?
A really long time.
Very long time. So a lot of things that we can actually learn if we really want to. Then you can know that you can have a car insurance and cancel. You can have a life insurance and cancel at a very small problem. So those things are very, very important in our financial education.
Nice. Wow. So knowing all this, having gone through all of these things, what is one major piece of information you wish people in our community knew? One specific piece of advice about your work. Like, it's like, okay, that thing that if you could know that would somehow alter the way you think about it.
Since I say money is everything, I will say, of course, we have God, but after oxygen, give me some money. You want to know how money works.
Yep.
You really want to know how money works. We work hard and maybe we send money back home, or we have what we call project back home. So I wish that in my community, people stay financially open-minded, right? So when you see things like that, you know that, long-term, it's not like lottery. Long-term, this thing can actually work for me and my family. So the one piece that I can say is be financially open-minded to learn this and that. Because when one of the plans that we share with people was presented to me, I'm like, wow, if I knew this long time ago, right? 13 years in the country before I learned that plan. What if I knew this thing when I start working and I actually listen and I was putting there $100 or a couple $100 there, right? You will retire easily. Because we cannot just work paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck. That's not a good deal.
No, that's not a good deal.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a rather it might throw you off question, but the first part is okay, but the second part might throw you off. So then how there's been a lot of people like you in the community that do what you do, the work that you do. And sometimes work can overlap with clients. How do you guys handle it in the field?
If we have the same client?
Or whenever you have clients overlapping.
Yeah. Okay, that one would be now the client has to make a decision.
The client usually make the decision.
If we are from the same office,
okay,
we have a rule in our office. So I go out there, I meet Romaric, right? I sat down with Romaric, I present everything, and then Romaric tells me, let me think about it. Okay? But less than a month, Paul came in. Paul is in my office also.
Okay.
And Paul start doing the same thing. You'll be like, oh, Koffi was here the last time. So if Paul is in my office, he knows that, oh, this is Koffi's client. Okay. He will just explain to you again and say, okay, you go with what he tells you. Now, it is on the client, right? But if Paul knows that I was there already, he may ask you how long ago, right? So in our office, we call something 30 days rule. Because Romaric cannot be my client forever. Maybe he was not convinced with what I said, right? But he was more connected with Paul. So after certain times, I cannot come back and say, no, I was the one who started with Romaric, my friend. He did not budge into what you were saying.
So at least you have a limit in your office.
But if the person is not in my office, right, and I come in, again, the client is going to be the one saying that this was already shared with me.
If
I have to do it, I will go with this person who shared with me. But if the client decide whoever he goes with, that's completely fine.
Okay. So I asked that question because I had a wonderful time. I had a time meeting this person.
Okay.
What would you say about the difference in the work? Or is it pretty much, or do you know this person, right?
I know her.
Okay. So what's the difference between the work that you guys do?
Yeah. If we can call company name, like we call my company name WFG, she work with Pro America.
Okay.
And that's two different conceptions there.
Okay.
With Pro America, specifically, they do other things, like WFG does a lot of things. But when it comes to life insurance, Pro America believes that you only need to buy what is called term life insurance.
Okay.
So term life insurance is an insurance you can buy for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Okay.
Right? And it is cheap. That is what is good about term.
Okay.
It is cheap. And then they will tell you, buy term, invest the difference. So they will open another account for you. Usually, it might be something called mutual fund. That one will be a different topic we can talk about later. And they will do that for you.
Okay.
With WFG, I say we have it all. We have term. We have a whole life. We have term and permanent. When it comes to permanent, we have 4 types of permanent.
Okay.
I'm not the one who created the insurance. It has been here before me, right? So we have term, whole life, universal life, variable universal life, and index universal life.
Okay.
So I have friends who work with Pro America. So my question for them is, if we have all type of insurance, why do you think I have to go with only one? The answer is simple. That's all your company has. Right? So expose the client to everything. Now, the bad thing about some people, they will bad mouth what you have.
That's why I'm bringing it up. Because I wanted to give you the opportunity because it happened to me. And I'm like, I know the guy very closely. I don't know why you're doing this.
It's not only to you. I was with a client who had, through one of my members, one of our permanent policies. And then made some money there, even borrow from that policy, because permanent policy with cash value, you can borrow from it. She borrowed from it, and this person came in, badmouth these things.
Oh, God.
And then the lady closed it and went with her. A year or so later, whatever she was investing with her, the lady said they lost money.
Okay.
So they called me. Actually, they called the other person who did the plan for her. That person was not working with us anymore. So the person sent it to me. So I went in there. was explaining again.
Re-explaining everything.
I will tell you that there is nothing wrong with buying term.
It's the same. Yeah.
We can also provide term.
Yep. It's what
because
you want.
I'm a broker,
Yep.
right? But I'm telling you the benefit of the other
Yep.
things.
Yep.
So there is no way I will badmouth people from America and say, oh, what they have, blah, 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 it's not good. No.
Yep.
And then this client called this person, put her on speaker.
Oh, God.
Oh, my friend. It was sad what she was saying.
And see, and that's why I wanted to bring up the issue to kind of call out this specific behavior in the community, because that's something also that I've noticed, and I'm like, we shouldn't be doing that. We should. You leave it up to the client to do the work, and then the client picks what they want. And if they don't go with you, that's okay. Move on to the next thing.
I will tell you that, we don't have that. But in my opinion, this is what I think you need.
Exactly.
I will not go out and badmouth what the other person is doing, because you're not the one who created the insurance thing,
it's been there this whole time.
It's been like that, right?
Yep.
What if your company one day decide, you know what, we're going to add this to it?
Yep.
You're going to sell it too.
Yep.
So you go out there, you say, oh, you mentioned something, I'll tell you, no, I don't have the license to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. Mm-hmm. But this is what I do,
yep.
right? I don't want to speak to that, but let me explain to you what I have. If
mm-hmm.
you want, you can get it. But if you don't want it, that's fine. But don't be in the same community, right?
Yeah.
And say, oh, this thing is only some of the African who do this thing. I don't even know why they do that. It's not good. This is what you need.
Again, like I said, it was a very interesting experience. I was like, that probably shouldn't be happening that way.
It happens way too much.
It's unfortunate. Yes. But hey, I'm glad you were able to bring that up. Clarify for people that listen that when you're shopping for things like that, it's a matter of what you're looking for.
Yes.
Speak to someone like Koffi or a financial literacy person, and then understand what you're actually wanting. Give them your need, and then they'll be able to give you the plan that works for your family. Because everybody has different needs. Some people might be interested in just getting life, because they're interested in that, and some people might be interested in the long term. I'm more interested in getting, at this point in my life, I want to get these kids set up, and get them going. So it's different for everybody, and it's important that we share the knowledge. Well, thank you very much for clarifying that. I wanna have one last question for you. Is basically for people that are out there, we can speak to two people. We can speak to people that are out there that have not subscribed to any plan yet, right? Okay, they've listened to this. They now have somewhat of an idea of what this is about, and what do you tell them? What's the next step for them? And then to people that I've heard who are still somewhat hard-headed about getting into financial literacy, investing, and getting a life insurance for themselves and their folks. What do you also tell this? Now, before you answer, we're gonna reset, and then we're gonna go. So then go into that for someone who just heard you, has no idea where to start, and someone who's still hard-headed, right? How do you go about those two people? Let's say they were standing here.
I would say sit down with someone so you can understand more, so they can explain to you exactly, because everybody's different, right? When it comes to life insurance, for instance, you gotta know that sooner or later you're gonna kick the bucket. Yep. That's why you cannot gamble with your life, right? So knowing how to protect your income is very, very important. It's not about I'll kick the bucket, somebody will come and take my money. It's not about that. You are protecting your income. You are setting up your family for the next generation, right? And I remember when they were killing people, George Floyd time in Minnesota here, there was a Black American guy who put it the perfect way. He said, if all we Black people, we have a minimum of $1 million coverage, and they start killing us like that, it's the insurance companies that will say, hey, stop that. We are paying too much claim now. Right? So sit down and understand the meaning behind that, and do what you can actually afford. But it is something that you really, really need. That's the protection side.
And to the person who's hard-headed.
It's person who's hard-headed, how many times you can tell the person? It's only when something hit home that the person actually think, oh, So this can also happen to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Couple death, older people in my community, when it happen, people call me. I want to have protection for my parent, especially our parent that we bring in this country,
Yeah.
right? And we know that our parent, they want to go back home,
Yep.
right? Do something a little for them, right? So if you are still hard, you don't want to listen to this thing. I'm like, you work, right? You have income, right? What do you have to protect that income? And number two, on the saving side, what are you doing for the money to work for you? And the biggest problem that could be a different subject for us African is we live in this country. We go, our biggest vacation is if you are from Togo, you live here, you go to Togo, you come back.
Yep.
You're from Ivory Coast,
You go to Ivory Coast, you come back. Yep.
Right? And you go spend there a month, especially if you work, you cannot have 2 months of vacation.
Nope.
You go there for a month and you come back. I have a story the last time when my client, a Ghanaian who has a African store, who told me this Ghanaian from Canada went back home with his family. He built a mansion there, right? And he had his uncle, auntie, parent in the house. And so he went there with the family, now showing his kid what he did back home. And one of his kids came to him and said, Dad, so this is what you built here, and we still live in an apartment over there?
Oh boy.
It hit the father very hard. When he came back to Canada, he started looking for a house. We spend most of our time here, but we are building mansion there for...
And sometimes other people are living in it.
Yes, for 1 month vacation.
Yep.
Right? And what's happened to just having a simple house where you can actually retire and live here, very happily. And when I'm put happy, it's not that I'm blaming those people.
Yeah.
So let me be right. I'm not blaming those people, because at the end of the day, this is what I say. Every 1st January of the year, what do we say? Happy New Year.
Yep.
When you say Happy New Year to someone, the way I see it now is you actually telling the person happy 365 days.
Yep.
It's like I wake up every day, I see you, and I say, have a happy day.
Happy day.
Have a
Happy day. Happy day.
So if whatever you do makes you happy, so be it.
Yep.
But do not complain.
Yep.
It's when you start complaining, then I will tell you that don't be hard-headed.
Yep.
Listen.
We
to
give
this.
you the option.
You will give the option. You can do a lot of things
Yep.
here.
Yep.
So that's all.
So then, what has been the most rewarding? We've gone through your story, right? And what is one story you can give us a quick minutes in a story of about some of your clients that you can very be proud of, that you can share with us?
Oh yeah, I have one death claim in my 13 years when it comes to the life insurance side, and I'm so proud of this guy. He's a Ghanaian, and Samuel, if you happen to one day watch this, is for you. When I went to this guy, he was CNA. The wife was CNA with 3 kids.
Okay.
And his father-in-law was living with them also. And then he wanted to have a plan. So I sat down and explained everything. He wanted to have a plan for him and the wife, so I did a plan. And then he said he wanted to have a plan for the father-in-law.
Yep.
And also have a plan for all the 3 kids.
All the 3 kids, yeah.
Myself, I'm doing this to make money. I'm telling this guy, brother, you can take care of the kid later. Right now, you don't make much. Do for you, do for the wife, maybe even for the father-in-law.
Because you're trying to be self-conscious of his income too, because you're looking at the numbers. You're like,
yes. He looked at me and say, brother, kid don't die. Kid die too, right?
Wow.
I'm going to have a plan for everybody in this house. If we have to eat noodles, we're going to eat noodle in this house.
Wow.
Everybody is getting protected.
Nice.
Couple years later, father-in-law passed away.
Wow.
He was so grateful that he did that.
Because you can grieve in peace.
Yes. And he has this plan for the kid. The last time he went back home, he borrowed from the plan. Every time he eats, he said, thank you, brother. Thank you. He referred a couple of people to me. So I'm very proud of that. And if I did not learn that, it will not happen to that brother. And I always say that when people tell me, our African people, they don't listen, I tell them, we have good people. They just need the education.
Yep.
Because 80% of my clients are African.
Yep.
So the people listen.
Yep.
Right? You just need to be patient with them.
It'll come.
It will come.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
What a wonderful story. Thank you so much, Koffi. This is the time that I told you about. This is a moment to tell the people what you've got going on. You know, you've gone through this hour podcast. You shared your story. You told us a little bit of what you do. Now I'm giving you the opportunity to let the people know what you have going on.
Yes. I am a senior marketing director with World Financial Group. And when I tell people I've been there for 13, 14 years now, part-time wise, nothing to hide. I made 6 figure. So the money is there. Money is in the money field. So my link will be posted. And I will say we have free workshop that you can actually learn from. From the safest place in your own bedroom, just turn on the Zoom, be financially open-minded to learn something. So every time we have an event in the office, I post it in the community so you can come and learn, so you can make your own decision, right? So I don't have a big event coming up when it comes to my work, but beside work, my brother Romaric knows me here. I know how to play. I know how to play hard too.
There you go. Work hard, play hard.
Yes, we have a lot of fun.
You can let the people know about what you got going on that side as well.
Up
Yeah.
here is our Valentine.
Yep.
Valentine party, and we collaborate with 2 other communities, Ugandan communities. Those ladies there, I love them. The Kenyan community. When we come together, it's a place that we can actually utilize to get to know one another. What do you do? Because we want to push this community together so we can show that we can actually do something.
Nice.
Now I want to be in my corner. When you hit couple bad road in this country, you'll be like, I don't want to deal with my people. Oh, Togolese, I don't want to talk to my Togolese. I don't talk to them. But in your contact, 90% are Togolese. When your phone will ring, you start talking in Togolese.
Yep.
Like, what do you mean you're not going to deal with them? But we understand that we are all human beings. But let's be patient with people, right? And then let's work together.
Hey, thank you so much, Koffi, for coming. Hey, guys, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. And you can find us, as I always say, Way Forward Podcast on YouTube, Way Forward Podcast on Instagram, Way Forward Podcast on TikTok, Way Forward Podcast on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.